Can you believe a full face of makeup that looks like this cost less than a lunch order? Today, we are testing Pretty Smart, which is a brand that completely fell under my radar until just a few weeks ago. And I learned that every single product is under $10. I'm testing several products today, including their foundation, concealer, eyeshadow, blush, to see how they actually perform, how long they wear, and if they are mature skin friendly. As someone who considers themselves to be a beauty content creator that keeps up with most brands, I have no clue how I overlooked this one. Pretty Smart was founded by a beauty industry veteran, Risa, whom I also learned discovered the brand The Balm. The Balm had some of my favorite products of all time, like the Mary Lou Luminizer. Bronzers were fantastic. Pretty Smart was developed in direct partnership with Walmart, and the brand was created to offer vegan, luxury-style products with an inclusive shade range and keeping the price point strictly at $10 or less. Despite what this might sound like, this is not a sponsored video. I just stumbled across a TikTok video where someone else was testing these products. I immediately went over to Walmart, placed my order, and here we are. Normally I begin tutorials and try-ons with my eyes, but today I really wanted to dive right into the foundation and concealer. The Instant Chemistry Medium Coverage Foundation in the shade 312 Light Medium Warm. Obviously there's nothing luxury about this packaging, but I'm not mad about it, especially considering the price. I actually like this type of packaging for travel and for how easily it fits into most makeup bags. I did already prep my skin with some moisturizer, but that's all. And I think, do I want to put anything else like a primer? They do have a primer. I decided at the last second to not purchase the primer. But since this Prequel half and half peptide and ceramide fluid moisturizer is sitting right here, I'm gonna add just a little bit more hydration. Even though my skin is oily, I do find that the more hydrated it is before makeup, the better my makeup looks. I, of course, don't want to be greasy or use anything that will make it so the foundation doesn't last as long. But products like this are fine in my experience. They're lightweight enough and sink into the skin quickly enough that they actually do tend to make my base makeup look better. So, do I want to use a brush? Do I want to use a sponge? Let's try a foundation brush. I'm going to put some on the back of my hand. It's a little runny, a little watery, and it is supposed to be medium coverage. And the shades online were a little limited. I wanted to get a neutral, but they were sold out. So I got this light medium warm. It has a glowy finish. It does not actually claim to be glowy or matte, but it's definitely not matte. You can see. Wow. The coverage is, in fact, medium. That little bit that I put on the back of my hand did cover a good portion of my face. I'm going to use a little bit more, just like that much. Yeah, I think I may have used too much at first, but that's normal when you're testing out a foundation for the first time. You're just not really sure how much is too much or how concentrated the product is, how much blendability it will have. That clicking you might be hearing is from me flipping around the mirror from the non-magnified side to the magnified side. I also did just get a new microphone. I have been having issues with my audio. Well, actually, I don't even know if I'm really having issues with my audio because most people don't say a word about my audio. And then once in a while, I'll get a comment saying, your audio is horrible, your microphone is horrible. And I really take that to heart because I'm sort of struggling right now. I'm going off on a tangent here, I apologize. But I have tinnitus, as a lot of you know, which is ringing in the ears. And it's definitely gotten louder, and I definitely think I have since my diagnosis like 4 or 5 years ago now, I do believe that I have suffered more hearing loss. So I am going to make an appointment to go back and see an audiologist. The point I'm trying to make is that when I'm editing, I'm a one-woman show. I don't have an editor. I don't have anybody that I could even reach out to for help with audio, except for, you know, my YouTuber friends who I'll ask to listen to my videos and say, hey, you know, do you hear anything wrong with my videos? And usually they say, no, your audio's fine. So I don't know. I thought maybe I would try a different microphone and see if that was any better, if that improved the audio at all. I don't love what's happening here. I feel like I can see my pores a lot. And it is still a little sticky. All right, let's see. This concealer is in the shade 204 Light Warm. I'm hoping once I set this with powder, I'll like the look of it more than I do right now. I like the creamy consistency. And I'm actually going to take some of this onto my lid to use as an eyeshadow primer. I like the coverage. It's blending out super easy. Looking up close, things are looking a little dry. I should have used my Dalba Balm stick. That really helps with dry under eyes. Thing is, my eyes aren't that dry. I don't know, I'm starting to get a little disappointed because I had really, really high hopes for this. But we have a lot more products to try. Maybe things will get better. Or maybe this is just a brand for younger skin. I did not purchase the powder, so I'm just going to use this powder from Morphe. It is excellent. I'm mixing the pink and the yellow and just setting my lids, my concealer, and through my T-zone. Yeah, that definitely helped with the texture from the foundation. Okay, things are looking better. Powder really makes such a difference when you have textured skin. So let's try this contour product. Once again, the packaging is not luxury like Nude by Nature, which is another brand that I had no idea had come to the United States from Australia, also sold at Walmart. If you're interested in that brand, I do have a video where I test products from that brand. So this is nice. I think there is one shade deeper. I bought the lighter of the two. This is really nice. It's not picking up the foundation underneath. It's a great tone. Put some on my nose. This is my favorite product so far, even though I've only tried 3. And I do like to run my contour through my crease. I purchased 2 blushes. This is the I'm Dreaming Liquid Blush in the shade Happy. Then I also chose the Extra Pretty Pressed Blush in Crescendo. This looked a lot darker online, like a lot pinker. It appears to be more of a nude. So let's try my fingers first. All right, that's pretty. I mean, it's very, very light. It's not giving a whole lot. Yeah, it's giving nothing. I suppose if you have really fair skin, it would be a great shade. If you don't like blush, if you want something super light and neutral. Let's see if it's buildable. I'm gonna add a little bit more. It's definitely not like a Rare Beauty liquid blush that you have to be super careful with. It has this slightly dewy finish that I think a lot of people are going to like. I just think I got, you know, not the right color for me. It's also kind of sticky though. My face is no longer sticky because I powdered, but All right, let's try this powder blush. I chose this shade because it looked so beautiful, and the content creator who influenced me to try this brand said that it reminded her of a beautiful shade from House Labs. I can't think of the name right now, but it just looks so beautiful, and she used it on her eyes as well. I'm not going to use it on my eyes because I did purchase an eyeshadow quad, but let's try it on the cheeks. I'm a little nervous because I'm already pretty glowy right now in this area. And I hope that this shimmer doesn't make the texture look outrageous. Okay, that's pretty. It's more of a blush topper than a blush, and I do like it. Yeah, I do like this. Super pretty. Okay, I've done my brows, and now I'm going in with the eyeshadow quad. This is the Celebrity Artist Eyeshadow Palette 102. I'm going to start with this mid-toned mauve shade and run that through my crease. Nice pigment, not too much, not too sheer. And I'm taking that up and out towards my brow, and make sure I go high enough so that you can see the transition shade when my eyes are open. So that's going all the way up, like so. I like the feel of these. They're not catching on my skin. Then again, I did apply that concealer to my lid and then set with some powder. So it should be a lot smoother than just going in with an eyeshadow. Now I'm going to take a different brush and go in with a gray shade. Really pick up the product. And then just pat it onto the outer corners and sort of across the lid, just for some depth. Now I'm going to try using my finger on the shimmer shade. This will tell me a lot. Shimmers can make or break a palette for me. And that's nice. Okay. I like that a lot. That's really nice. Pretty. Now I want to take a small crease brush and go into the deepest shade, which is like a Merlot. Actually, I think it's called Merlot. And just place that right on the outer corners. Just really packing that on. All right, so far my favorite products, my top two, are the contour and this eyeshadow palette. And then in third place, I guess you would say, is the blush. Also going to run that Merlot shade along my lower lash lines. I did apply some black liquid liner, and now I'm going over it with that Merlot shade just to soften it up some. I purchased the Liquid Fuel Lip Oil in 077 Trustworthy. I'm going to line my lips with this NYX Plumping Lip Liner in the shade Fill 'em In. I like the doe foot applicator. Oh, the consistency is very nice. It's very thin. Not sticky at all. Glides on very easily. I like the color. It's a pretty nude, but it's not like a wash you out type of nude. Okay. Oh, I like that. I have to say I'm really happy with the completed look. I will put a caption on the screen right here letting you know how everything looked at the end of the day. I think I will add some setting spray though. It's just a step I always do. This is the Morphe Life Proof Continuous Setting Spray. This stuff is excellent and it smells so good. Very light and clean. Let's do one more quick run through of everything I tried. Foundation and concealer. Foundation, as you saw during the demo, I didn't love it, but I do think now, after the rest of my makeup is completed, it's something that I will try again, maybe with some sort of smoothing primer. Maybe I will actually go and purchase the Pretty Smart primer and see how well they work together. The concealer, oh wait, this is the blush. That's how light the blush is. The concealer, no, it went on nicely. It's creamy. A little bit goes a long way, but my under eyes look really dry. So that's a no. The liquid blush. I think if you like a dewy blush, a dewy liquid blush, you will probably really enjoy this product. I felt like it was a little bit too dewy. Of course, the shade that I chose, not great. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, this is supposed to be a very inclusive, shade inclusive brand, but I don't feel like I'm really seeing that with some of the categories. Now the pressed blush I really like, and I would be open to trying this in another shade. After this try on and first impressions, my top 3 product picks from this brand Pretty Smart would be the contour, the liquid contour, the eyeshadow palette. This is really nice. It gave me a beautiful look, a similar look to what I have achieved with high-end shadows. And while the packaging is nothing to write home about, it's a practical palette. It's great for travel. And honestly, 4 shadows is all you really need to do a daytime look or an evening look. And then this lip oil. It's a really nice shade. It feels really nice on my lips. It's glossy, but not too much. And this only cost $5. In fact, I got all 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of these products for around $60. And I think that was after tax. So, do I think it's worth trying out? Sure, why not? If you are a makeup junkie like me, it's actually fun. I have a lot of fun testing out new brands, especially when you can get nearly a full face. And I'm pretty sure had I bought the bronzer and the powder and the primer, it still would have come out to under $100. So a full face for under $100, I think is pretty impressive. So as always, I will have every product listed and linked down below in the description box, as well as tagged through YouTube Shopping if the product is available through YouTube Shopping. If not, once again, you will find it in the description box. If you have any questions at all, please feel free to ask them in the comments. I do try to answer as many questions as I can. If you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, I hope that you will consider doing so. I do upload new videos at least twice per week. You can also find more content from me over on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. My username is the same on every platform. It's Risa Does Makeup. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope to see you in my next video.